Okay, question 2, minutes of a meeting. I feel that this is one of the easier questions during your exam, but it relies heavily on everything that you have learned during level 2. It touches a lot on the topics we covered there. So let's start with question 2. The first thing to do is look at the instructions on the top of the page. We have margins that we need to check. Left and right margins need to be 1 inch each. This is done by going to layout, margins, custom margins, and we can see that it is 2.54 centimeters left, 2.54 centimeters right. Okay, I see my computer's in centimeters, so the best thing for me to do is to change it to inches. It's much easier to work with inches because your minutes of a meeting ask for multi-level numbering as well. So to do this, you just go to options, you go to advanced, you go down until you find centimeters, change it to inches and just say OK. So again, margins left, we saw the left and right margins were fine. The font needs to be changed to Courier New. Size 12. Paper is A4 portrait, nothing you need to change there. Justification left, line spacing as indicated, and hyphenation must be turned off. Then, before we start, make sure on the Home tab that your Show Hide key is turned on. It's much easier to count lines and spaces when this is turned on. Always when you work in Microsoft Word, make sure the Show Hide key is turned on. Okay. First instruction, insert a footer with your examination number aligned left and question 2 on the right. So to do a footer, it is layout, or not, it's insert, footer, and we say edit footer. Okay, so it has to be our examination number on the left, tab to get to the center, tab to get to the right, question 2 on the right. Close the header and footer once you are done with it. Instruction number 2 says key in the minutes of meeting, taking all proofreader signs into consideration. Instruction 3, proofread and spell check before printing, and then instruction 4, save the document as question 2 and print. So that will only do when we are done. So let's get started. We see the first sentence there, it has some instructions on the right. Now it's your choice how you want to do it. You can make it uppercase as you type it by turning on the caps lock and then typing the sentence. Then we need to make it is uppercase, it needs to be bold, and it needs to be size 16. Careful, when you change it to size 16 and bold, make sure you click at the end of the sentence. Once you've done that, turn off the bold and change it back to size 12. The reason for this is if I were to press enter, it would create bigger open lines than it is supposed to be because the font size was on 16. So I'm changing it back to size 12 before I press enter. Manuscript sign shows that we need to press enter twice. Okay, and if you have big spaces like this, you can just highlight everything, go to the paragraph group launcher, because I can see my line spacing is not correct, and this is a mistake many students make. They trust that the computer settings is already okay. So please make sure you click on the paragraph group launcher, because I can see these line spaces are way too big. Look for the spacing and change the after to 0. That looks much better. Okay, and we continue typing the document. we see a forward slash there, and by now we did this in Office Data Processing Level 2. You should know that instead of typing the forward slash, you would type the word the. Okay, and then we have a little manuscript sign here, and on the right they tell us what this manuscript sign is. It's TRS, it means transpose. If you read the sentence, it says on 22 August, Wednesday. Now all this means is that those two words need to be swapped around. So it is going to be Wednesday, comma, it is including the comma, 22 August 2019. Okay, and that's about that. Then they don't show it, but I can see there's an open line there, so 2 enters again. I need to type present. Something needs to happen to this word, but I'm gonna wait before I do that. Well, not gonna wait. If you look at the instruction on the right, it says uppercase. Now, before you make this uppercase, look further through your document. There are a few words and sentences that are also double underlined. It does not mean you need to double underline it. It means your attention must be on this word or sentence, and this instruction for present, which is uppercase, needs to apply to all of the ones that are double underlined. It is present, apologies, minutes of previous meeting, financial statement. On the next page, next new matters, information day, stallholders, date of next meeting, and then there's an instruction to insert closure, and that one is also double underlined. It means all of them must be uppercase. Now uppercase, you either change it, put it on caps lock as you type, or you can change it afterwards by highlighting the word and changing it to uppercase. 2 enters again, I see an open line. Please pay attention to your spelling, as each spelling mistake will cost you 2 marks in this question. Most of your marks come from spelling anyway. Don't worry about the red lines under surnames. Those are not spelling mistakes. Okay, there we go. 2 enters for an open line, and I see apologies, and it's got that double underline again. Again, it doesn't mean you double underline, it has the same instruction as we had before. Then we have a little symbol there that means insert. What is it we need to insert? If you look at the right, it is Rala. Okay, this is quite an important part. What we see here is numbering, but if you look further, this is not just normal numbers that we can put in using the numbering there at the top. It is multi-level numbering, because if you go to on the next page, page 9, there where it says new matters, you've got 3 and then 3.1. Again, this is something that was covered in the ODP Level 2 syllabus, so let's just make this multi-level numbering. It's only 2 levels we need, so it's quite quick. To make a multi-level list, we do it before we start with the numbering, or we can do it afterwards, it doesn't matter, but it's a better practice to do it as soon as you start needing it. So we click on define new multi-level list. take out everything that is written there, and we look. The first number that we need is a normal number, so from the list we choose a normal number. It has a full stop afterwards. Please check that I did not type in the number 1, I chose it from the list, I only typed in the full stop. Always aligned at the left, always aligned at 0, and then first level will be 0.4. Once you've done level 1, we go to level 2, take out everything, include level 1, add the full stop again, and if you look at the second part of the numbering, it is normal numbers again, so choose the number style for this level. Only difference here is we had to include our level 1. Again, aligned at 0, and this should be 0.5. Once you've done that, there's a little example there of how your multi-level numbering looks. Make sure it looks like the one in the exam. There we go. Click on OK, and it puts in your number. Okay, and now we type. Again, I see the double underline. It says minutes, and this is uppercase again. Okay, 2 enters. I can press tab to make sure that we have the same indent as the numbering. And then we have a little instruction here. The manuscript sign on the right says state, and this is quite easy. There are 2 words. One of them is were and one of them is are. You always choose the one that has the stipple line under it. So in this case it would be were. And then again a forward slash. It means you have to type in the. Again a forward slash, so there again. Okay, 2 enters. And then we see we need our numbering again. So choose the multi-level list, and the first one should be yours. There we go. Uppercase the sentence. Skip one line there. Oh, we need to tab again. These paragraphs need to be in line with the indent for the number. Again there. And then we see the word treasurer is spelled incorrectly, and there's a manuscript sign on the right, SP, it means fix the spelling. So just type the word without a spelling mistake. Okay, and then we see the symbol and the instruction on the right says in full. It just means instead of typing the symbol and, you would type the word in full. And again insert there. Okay, on the next page we see we are going to need our numbering again, so choose your number, and then again in uppercase. It still has that double underline, 2 enters, so it means I had to press enter one more time there because of the numbering, but we need to skip a line. And then we need our numbering system again, so I'm going to choose it again, but it numbers 4 now. This is on level 1. We need level 2 now, so to switch from level 1 to level 2 you just press tab on the keyboard. If you want to switch back, it is shift and tab. So tab will move us to level 2, again in uppercase. Okay. Skip one line, press tab so that we can get the same indent as the number. Okay, and we see 2018 is typed there, but it's scratched out. It means we must delete it, and there's an insert symbol as well. What we need to insert is 2019. Again the new paragraph. We need our numbering again, so we choose our list. We need level 2 again, so this is level 1, so to switch to level 2 we press tab and it continues counting. Pressing enter more than twice because I need to skip a line, so make sure that you skip the line. This is why the show hide key is turned on. It makes it easier for us to see open lines. Okay, and here we see a little arrow going from the next line pointing back to just next to department here, and we have an instruction run on. It just means instead of pressing enter we are just going to continue with our sentence. It must not go on a new line, so we don't need to press enter there. Again the okay, we just continue. 2 enters. We need our numbering again, so choose your numbering. This is level 1 and we need level 2. Okay, and we see the word planner is scratched out and we need to insert organizer. Again we insert there. Okay, and again we need our number. So choose your list, and again this must be typed in uppercase. Skip one line, insert there. again the. Okay, we need to insert something there, and if you look on the right, this would be our number 5. So we're gonna need our number again. If it goes back to 1, just on the lightning bolt, just click the arrow and say continue numbering. It will then continue your numbering. And we are supposed to type enclosure in uppercase because it still has that 2 underline, that double underline. Okay, we need to fix the tab there to make sure everything is aligned neatly. Okay, now your closure, they say display correctly. Now this just means you need to leave open 3 or 4 open lines. So this is nice to have the show I key on, because 1, 2, 3 open lines, and then I type my closing exactly as it is there in capital letters. And then for the date, they say in descending order, so that is the year first, then the month, and then the day. That is descending order, year, month, day. And that's that for question 2. Again, the only thing that you need to be careful of here, as most of the marks go towards spelling. The instructions themselves would not count a lot. Spelling would be most of the 40 marks for this question. I have attached the question paper as well as all the student files that you will need for the next questions. I have attached them to the description of this video, so make sure you download it there if you are following along with this video. Okay, question 3. Databases. Question 3a. Create a database to keep record of the stock to be destroyed by the factory producing it. 3.1. Create a database and table using appropriate data types, distinguishing between text, numbers, currency, etc. 3.1.1. Open the database program on your computer and create the database called Meet. This is the first important thing. We need to make sure that we give our database the correct name. So for this one, it would be called Meet. We get to choose where we want to save it. So make sure it's in Documents, Create, and there we go. That's our database. First step, as always, right click on Table 1, Design View, and then it asks for a data name. So if you read the instruction further, it says create the table below and use the file name called Meet and your examination number. So called Meet and then my ID number, which is your examination number. There we go. They do check the name of the database as well as the name of the table when you print, so please make sure you've done them both. First thing, before we start typing in any field names, turn off the primary key. For ODP level 4 we don't need a primary key. So I'm just going to follow the instructions quickly. First field is called code. Data type, according to the test, must be text or short text. And then you have field size, so at the bottom change the field size to 4. Second field is item. Again, it is short text. Field size needs to be changed to 25. Then we have packaging size. In grams. This must be a number. And we keep it on long integer. Next one is stock level. This has to be a number as well, and again we don't change anything on the field size. Next one, price per unit. This would be a currency, and what they ask us to do is to make sure that the decimals is on 2. So all I do is go to decimal places, click there, click on the arrow that points down and choose 2 from the list to make sure it's 2 decimal places. Next is date destroyed. This must be a date and time, and it must be a short date. So there by format we're not going to type anything in. From the drop down list we choose short date, year, month, day. Okay, next one is destroyed, and this is just a yes no field. Nothing we need to change at the bottom for that. Your next instruction 3.1.2 says do not select a primary key, so we've already switched it off. Save the table and print the structure of the database. So as soon as you finish the table, just close it. It is going to ask you, do you want to save? You just say yes. Okay, to print a structure, it is not just going, a lot of students just want to go to file and go to print. This is not the way we print a structure. To print a structure you go to database tools, database documenter, you tick your table that you want to print, you go to options. Nothing must be selected for the first part, the middle one for the second part, nothing for the third part. It must always look like this. Click OK. Click OK again. It will give us a print preview, and this is what we want to see. This is where when they mark your test, they check for the database name, they check for the table name, they check your field names, your types that you chose, and the size. So you print this one when they ask you for a structure. Okay, question 3.1.4 says enter the following records in the database. So for this we need to open the database and we can start filling in the information. I might just skip through this until I filled in everything. Let's just do the first line first to see how everything works. The date, see the way the test gives it to you. They say 1 March 2018, and we remembered when we set the short date, mine showed, or my computer showed, year, then month, then day. So I would need to type it in the same way. So it would be 2018 0301. Okay. Is it destroyed? Now the yes no, they give you the words in the test. You just tick the box if it's a yes, you tick the box, untick the box if it's a no. Okay, so for the rest of this I'll check back to you guys as soon as I finish type. Okay, once you've typed everything, just make sure that they fit. Adjust the columns where necessary to make sure your headings fit as well as the information. Otherwise you will be penalized when you have to print this. Okay, as soon as there's no further instructions, they say print the table in landscape orientation, ensuring that all the data is displayed on one page. Okay, so what you do then, the only way to change this to landscape is to go to file, to go to print and select print preview to take a look at it. At the moment when we print, it will be 2 pages, so please make sure you change it to landscape and then you print the table. Okay, that is our table. This is the most typing you would do in Access or your database. Normally these questions go very quick because it's just instructions you need to follow. Close the table, save when it asks you to save. Next instruction 3.1.6 says copy and paste the database structure with data and change the table name to called me2. It just means we need to make a copy of this table. So right click, copy on any white space again, right click, paste, and give it a name. So it needs to be called me2 now. Just say okay. Now we have 2 tables, 2 identical tables. It says make a print screen image of the paste table as dialog box and paste in the space provided in question 3. I forgot to print screen now, so what we can do, just right click again, you say paste. This is what they want to see, so you would say print screen. You would go to your Word document, the answer file that you need to open. Let's just do it quickly. File, open, browse, go find in your student files folder. Mine is on my desktop. You would find a question 3 file there, just open it up and you would just paste it into this little block by clicking on paste, and there we go. That's all they want to see. Going back to access, you can cancel that because we don't want to make another copy. 3.1.8 says delete the destroyed field and contents in the cold meat 2 table. So this is going to be done in cold meat 2. We need to destroy a field. Now a field we can't do when we open the table, we need to do it when we design the table. So go to the design view for cold meat 2 and we need to delete the destroyed field. So just right click on the gray area and you say delete row. It's going to ask if you're sure, just say yes. Okay, let's see what else there is. We need to sort. Now sorting we can't do here, so close your table, save the changes, open the table, and it says sort the cold meat 2 table from oldest to newest according to the date destroyed. So you go to date destroyed and click on the little arrow next to date destroyed and we say sort oldest to newest. It will sort all the corresponding information as well. Change the code S345, change the code to P453. Small instructions, but each one of them countermarked. Change the word cheesy for the item code R129. Change the word cheesy to cheese. Okay, and then lastly we need to print this table as well. So again, file, print preview. Make sure that we change it to landscape again so that it fits on one page. And there we go, you would print cold meat 2. That's it for question 3A. Gonna close the table. Okay, question 3B. It says in this question you are required to create and edit a query. So this is your query question. Use the table cold meat 2 and create a query using the following fields, and they give me the fields. So to start a query we go to create and we choose query design, and first thing we get is this little window. We need to use cold meat 2, so please make sure you click on cold meat 2. You can click on add, it will add it to the back, then close that window because we don't need it anymore. What fields must we use? We must use item for the first field. For the second field we choose packaging size. For the third field we choose stock level. For the fourth field we choose date destroyed. Okay, it says use the default settings to create the query and save as destroyed cold meat and your examination number. This we will only do as soon as we close the query and it asks us to save. Okay, so let's save that for the last step. So 3.2.3, this is the difficult question. This is the one students struggle with most of the time. Add more than one criterion to filter only French polonies whose packaging size is bigger than 500 grams. So this will be done in the criteria. So the item we are looking for equals French polony, and it's important that on your previous question, on question 3A, where it started, where you typed all the information into the table, it is important that your spelling there is correct, because if your spelling is incorrect and you type a different spelling here, your query is not going to work. It is going to give you the wrong results. Okay, so we're answering the first criteria. We want to see the item French polony only, and then we want to see the packaging size bigger than 500. You don't need to type in gram, you just type in the number, bigger than 500. We can close the query. You can say yes, we want to save, and now we're going back to instruction 3.2.2. It says save the query as destroyed cold meat and your examination number. Okay, there we go. Now we've got two tables and we've got a query. All we do now is we open up our query and see if it works. Okay, so it is showing us one French bologna bigger than 500. Okay, we can double check this on our table called meat 2. Let's open this up. So we've got both of them open here, the query and the table. So if we look at French bologna, there's one, there's one, there's one. That one is 500, so it's not going to show because our criteria says only bigger than 500. Okay. The other one is 350. This is not bigger than 500, so it's not going to show. So the only one we're supposed to see is that one there, and it is like that in our query. So this is working as intended. That is your query. Okay, to print it, you just open it, same steps as with the table. File, we go to print preview, make sure it fits on one page, and then you print it. There's no instruction here to change it to landscape, so we can leave it as it is. It is one page. I can see it here at the bottom, so nothing I need to change. Okay, question 3C. In this question you are required to create and edit a report, so we're going to be doing a report. Same steps as before with the query. Go to create, and for the report it's easier to use the report wizard. This is a little step-by-step. Okay, first thing, it says use the table called meat 2. So from the list, please make sure you choose called meat 2. Then they give us fields to add as well. It has to be item, it has to be stock level, it has to be price per unit, and it has to be date destroyed. They say create the report using the default settings to create the report, and change the title to destroy date and your examination number positioned in the center. Now that we will only do once we are done with all these steps. So next, there is no grouping. They don't ask for grouping. There is no sorting. They don't ask for sorting. You can read through your whole question 3C to make sure that they don't ask for these things, but I don't see it there. Next, nothing you change here. We're using default settings like they asked before. And what we can do here, because the name of the report is not marked, no one sees the name of the report, so whatever we type in here will appear as a header inside our report. So what we do then, instruction 3.3.2, we're gonna put in the title here as they give it there. It's gonna make our work a lot less when we get to designing the report. Okay, so destroy date and my examination number, and I can click on finish. Okay, this is what my report looks like now. We can't make any changes here because the report is open. So what we need to do is close the print preview. It will take us to the design. If it doesn't take you here, you can just right click and say design view on your report. It will take you to here. So what they ask us to do with this as well, 3.3.2, this is the title. It needs to be in the center, so just get it so that it is in the center. Next, they say insert a logo saved as a nouns in your student files folder to appear in the center of the report footer. So there's the report footer, so we're gonna drag some white space for us to work in there. You can drag out a lot if you want. We can change it afterwards. Just make sure you have enough white space to work on. So we're going to put in a little picture there. So we can go to insert image, and we can go to browse, go to your student files folder, and look for announce. This is the picture they want us to put in. Say OK, and you can just click, it puts it in. It's quite a big picture. Okay. And it has to show in the center, so I don't think we need it that big, so we might just make it a little bit smaller. Otherwise we might get a report that goes over 2 pages, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, take away the white space we don't need, get this neatly in the center, and there we go. Okay. Instruction 3.3.4 says change the font type and color of the report header to chiller 20 points in black. So this needs to change. You don't need to highlight the text, you can just click on it, go to the home tab. We're going to change the font to chiller, size 20, and it must be black. So you can change there's the font color, we can change it to automatic, which is black. Okay, and there we go. That is that for question 3. So you need to print the report. So to do this, close the report. Yes, I want to save the changes. Close that query that's still open. Open the report, and we are going to print this. There is our title, there is the picture, it's the font's changed and it's dark black, so that's fine. File, print preview, and that is what it's going to look like when we print. That is your database question, and not a question that is supposed to take very long to finish. Okay, question 4, presentations. 4.1 says open the saved presentation called presentation from the student files folder. So this would be our first step, is to open up. We're not going to type this presentation from scratch, we are going to open up. So open, browse, go to your student files folder, mine is on the desktop, and you would find presentation. It's just a one slide presentation that has a theme applied to it. 4.1 also says open the MS Word document question 4 from the student files folder, and where required paste all print screen images in the space provided. So we are going to open up two documents. One is our PowerPoint presentation, and another one would be our Microsoft Word file that we are going to put print screens into. So this would be question 4, also found in your student files folder. And this is what it looks like. It's just some empty spaces for print screens that we are going to have to do. 4.2, do the following changes using the slide master. So we are going to use the slide master. If you go to view, you would see that we are now on the normal view. We need to change it to slide master. Slide master, we normally only work on slide 1 and slide 2. Okay, so let's get started with this. 4.2.1 says select the title placeholder. Now this would be here, this is a master title placeholder. So what I do is I click inside and then click on the edge of the placeholder. It is now selected because I can see the little round circles. It says select the title placeholder and edit the master title slide and change the font to Britannic bold. So we're going to change the font of this to Britannic bold. So go to the home tab, and we are changing it to Britannic bold. They don't give me a size, so just Britannic bold would be fine. Okay. 4.2.2, select the master text styles and change the font to Berlin Sans. So this would be on the first slide, your master text styles. There it is, it says master text styles. Again, click on the placeholder on the edge to make sure it is highlighted or selected, and we are going to change this one to Berlin Sans, the demi one. Okay. Then 4.2.3 says insert a footer to the left to appear on all slides, and then 4.2.4 says insert the slide number to appear on all slides. Now this we're not going to do in the master slide, we're just going to say insert, header and footer, tick the footer, and we put in the footer. This is now 4.2.3. Okay, there we go. That's the footer, and also we need to switch on, this is 4.2.4, they want us to switch on the slide number. So make sure you tick the footer, type in the footer, tick the slide number, we say apply to all, and it will add it to all of our slides. Okay, next 4.2.5 says select the title placeholder and apply the following custom animation. So the title placeholder, there it is. Again, click inside, click on this edge so that it selects the title placeholder, and we have to do an animation now. So we go to animations, and it has to be a lighten animation. I can't see it there at the moment, so click on the arrow that points down to get more. There is lighten. Okay, so lighten, it has to start on click. We have to set the timing, the duration to 2 seconds, and the delay to 1 second. That's all they do for animations. Now they say before closing the slide master view, create a print screen image of the slide master view to show all the above actions and paste it in the corresponding table in question 4. So all they want to see now is all the changes that we made up to now. So we've put in an animation, we can see it's lightened, we can see all the details for the animation, we can see the font that we changed and the font that we changed there. So all we do now is press print screen, switch to your Word document, and paste your print screen into your Word document. That's about that. Back to PowerPoint. 4.2.7 says insert your examination number in the space provided in question 4. Save the MS Word document called question 4 and keep it open. Close the slide master view. So we are done with the slide master now, so we're going to go to view and we're going to go to normal to have our normal presentation again. What the instruction asked us to do is to make sure in this Word document that we do add our examination number there in the header. That's all. So keep it open, we're going to need it for the second print screen. Back to PowerPoint, let's continue with the questions. 4.2.8 says insert the text below in the title placeholder of slide 1. So that is my title placeholder. 4.2.9 says select the subtitle placeholder and add the following text. So there's the subtitle. And we type in the subtitle. Just like that. 4.2.10 says insert the image bug from the student files folder to appear above the title placeholder. Resize the image to fit the title above. So we have to put in a picture on top of our title here. So to put in a picture, you go to insert because it's something you want to put in, and just under the insert you'll find pictures. Go to your student files folder, you would find bug there, insert bug. It's way too big at the moment, so we can make it a little bit smaller and just make sure we put it at the top of our title there. Okay, instruction 4.211, insert a new title and content slide to become slide 2. So 2 ways we can insert a new slide. You can click on new slide, it will make a copy of this one, which is title and content. Or if you want to choose what type of slide you want next, please make sure you click on the bottom part of this button on the words that say new slide, and from the list we choose title and content. Instruction 4.2.12, add the text below as a title in slide 2. And we type in the title. 4.2.13, add the text below using bullets of your choice in the content placeholder of slide 2. So we're going to put it in here. There's already a bullet, so we don't need to add bullets. If you don't have bullets, then you can just use the bullet button there at the top. Don't worry that all the text that you're typing is in capital letters. The reason for this is because of the font, the Berlin Sans font that we chose when we made the master. It only types in capital letters. There we go, there's our bulleted list. 4.2.14 says insert or reuse the slides from the presentation saved as Listeriosis in the students files folder to become slides 3 to 6. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add 3 more slides, but we're not going to add them using the new slide button. What we're going to do is we are going to go and open up the Listeriosis presentation, which is in your student files folder. It looks like this. So let's just read the instructions further to hear what they want us to do. 4.2.15 says create a print screen image to show the dialog box that appears when executing the above function. Paste it in the space provided in the question 4 and insert your examination number in the header. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these 4 slides and we are going to add them to our presentation here. So before we do this, let's do the print screen first. So I'm going to select slide 1, hold in shift, click on slide 4, it will highlight all 4 slides. Right click on any one of the slides and we are going to say copy. But before we say copy, press print screen, go to Word and just paste it into the space provided so that you have proof that you are going to copy and paste the slides into your new presentation. Now we can either print screen when we say copy here, or we can print screen when we paste it into our presentation here. So copy, and if you look at these slides, they don't have the same theme that we have on this one. So this is where when we paste now any white space underneath your slide, right click, you have 2 options to paste. You can say use destination theme, this being the destination, so it would keep this theme with the little water droplets, or we can say keep source formatting and it would keep the theme, the empty theme from this presentation. So we are going to say right click and we're going to say use destination theme. Now all of these slides that we pasted have the same theme as our previous slides. Okay. 4.2.16 format the bulleted list on slide 3 to a numbered list. So at the moment we have a bulleted list here, we're just going to change it to numbers. You can just change between them by clicking on them. Okay, 4.2.17 insert the basic radial smart art graphic on slide 5 and format it to look like the image below. So we're going to put in a smart art graphic. It is a cycle and it is a basic radial. If you keep your mouse on the different types of smart art, it does give you a name, so you might just have to go search for the one that they want in the test, but this is a basic radial shape. Choose the basic radial shape, click OK, and we start filling in the information. And what I see what they have done is this middle circle in the test is no longer a circle, it is now a little heart. So what you can do is you can go to format, make sure you have the middle circle selected, and we can change the shape to whatever shape we want. So we're going to change it to a little heart. There we go. Now it looks exactly like the one in the test. 4.2.19 insert a new title and content slide to become slide 7. So make sure you are on slide 6. We're going to say new slide, title and content. It will put the new slide underneath slide 6. Insert the text below as a title, and then it says insert the sound clip. Insert the sound clip. I think I skipped some questions, we might have to go back. Just want to see. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. Question 4.2.18. Sorry, we're just going to go back quickly. It says format the chart type on slide 6 to a 3D column chart. So slide 6, we have a chart here already. Make sure you click on the chart so that it is selected, and then you can go to design or format. It's on design, and we say change chart type, and it has to be changed to a 3D column chart. So column, and we can choose any 3D column chart that we want. I'm gonna choose the first one. There we go. Okay. This was instruction 4.2.20. 4.2.21 says insert the sound clip named listen from the student files folder in slide 7 and enlarge the icon, ensuring that it does not cover any text. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a sound clip here. So we're going to say insert video, work offline, and go to your student files folder. I do not see the sound clip listen. So you can take any audio file. You can take the audio file for question, I think it's question 7, this one. And we can use this one because when they mark your test, they're not going to listen to the file. The only thing they're going to see is this little icon that you have here. Just make it bigger. This just means that you've put in an audio file. And then question 4.2.22 says delete slide 4. So there's slide 4. Right click on slide 4 and we say delete slide. 4.2.23 insert a header against the left margin as follows. There's no header against the left margin. What we do is you say insert header and footer. Now I see that these slides do not have our footer or slide number that we put in before, so click on any one of your slides that has the footer, go to header and footer, just click on apply to all again. It would add it to the rest of our slides. Okay, so insert header and footer. Now this is for the slides themselves, this footer. We need to put in a header. To do this, you go to notes and handouts, you tick the header, and we are going to type in the header there for us. This would appear then on your handouts when you print handouts. Question. Apply to all. There we go. Okay, now they say save and print as handouts, 2 slides per page. So when you print, when we go to file print, at the moment we can see that it is going to print 6 slides or 6 pages because we have 1 slide on a page. To change this, go to where it says full page slides and we choose 2 slides per page. Now we can see our header, it is put in, and this is what you print. It would print 3 pages, 2 slides on each page, and then save as question 4. This is it for your PowerPoint question. There's not a lot of typing you do in it, it's more instructions that you have to do. Okay, question 5, spreadsheets. 5.1, retrieve the workbook saved as numbers from a student files folder. So we're going to open up a file again. We are going to go to our student files folder and we are looking for numbers. Okay, and this is our document. It's on an empty sheet at the moment, but we have 2 more sheets here at the bottom that have information on. Okay, that was 5.1. Another instruction that it says not just this document that we open, it says open the MS Word document question 5 from the student files folder and where required paste all print screen images in the space provided. So we also need to open up our Word document for the print screens again, like with many of the other questions. So again, we're going to our student files folder and we are looking for question 5. Question 5 again is just a blank page with spaces to paste print screens in. Keep both of the documents open, the Excel and the Word. Your Excel for ODP level 4 does not involve typing at all. Mostly it's just print screens that we have to paste. Okay, so let's start. 5.1.1 A. It says copy the range A2 to A11 from the provinces worksheet. Now they made a mistake, it's not the provinces worksheet, it's the numbers worksheet. So when they refer to provinces, it is actually the number worksheet. You will see in this document that we opened, we have a worksheet numbers, age and filter. So from the numbers one, it says copy the range A2, so A2 to A11, copy, and we have to paste it into the filter worksheet. They say in A1 in the filter worksheet, so make sure you click on A1 and you just say paste. You can adjust the column width to make sure everything fits. Instruction B says copy the range C2 to D12, so C2 to D12. I'm gonna copy, again go to the filter worksheet, and they say paste it in B1, so from B1 I just say paste, and again make sure your column width is correct. C says create a print screen image of the filter worksheet and paste in the space provided in question 5. So this is our filter worksheet, we can see it there, print screen, and we paste it into our answer sheet. That is our first print screen. Instruction 5.1.2 says format the filter worksheet, so make sure you're on the filter worksheet as indicated below. A. Copy the range A1 to C10, so we're going to copy it again, and paste it in A12 to C21, so we're going to click on A12 and say paste, and it will go up to C21. Okay, then it says insert a filter in row 12. So highlight your row 12, which are your headings. You go to sort and filter, and you just turn on the filter. It will create little drop down arrows next to each of our column headings. Now they say filter the discharge column to show the number greater than and equal to 30. So discharge, click on the arrow, and we're going to say number filters greater than or equal to, and we just type in 30 and you say OK. So now it only shows discharge that is equal to 30 or bigger than 30. It's almost like a query in Access. Then instruction D says filter the pending column to show the number greater than and equal to 10. So same steps, just for the pending one. So again click on the arrow next to pending, number filter, greater than or equal to, and we type in 10 and we say OK. Okay, then they say create a print screen image of the worksheet and paste it in the space provided in question 5. So again, print screen, go to your Word document, go to your space provided, paste your print screen. Okay, back to the Excel. Now it says custom sort range A2, so A2 to C10, so it's all of that. We have to sort that in the filter worksheet according to the discharge column from smallest to largest. So we're going to do a custom sort. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the headings plus all the information. You're going to go to sort and filter, and you are going to say custom sort. Now this is how the sort works. It asks you sort by which column. We have to sort according to the question. We have to sort according to the discharged column. We have to sort it from smallest to largest. So first thing you do, sort by which column? Discharged. Because I highlighted the column headings, I get to choose a column heading, a column from my list here. Otherwise it would have just said column A, B and C. Okay, and then it has to be from smallest to largest. Then B says add another level of sorting, so we're going to add another level. C says sort the same range according to the column pending. So now we are going to choose pending, and then we're going to choose smallest to largest. The instruction goes on to say do not close the sort dialog box. Move the dialog box to the right if it is covering the worksheet content to ensure All information is visible and fits on one page. So what they want here, just it must not look like that. It needs to go out of the way so that I can see the sorting as well as what was highlighted. So print screen, go back to your Word document. In the space provided, paste the print screen, and there we go. Back to Excel. Okay, now they say 5.1.4. Okay, now that we're done with 5.1.5, we made the print screen. You could say okay, it will perform the sort. 5.2, format the provinces worksheet. Again, remember, we don't have provinces, it is numbers for this one. Format the provinces worksheet as indicated below. 5.2.1 says A, delete the comment in C9. So that is C9, and this is review. In review, you would find all the buttons you need for your comments. So delete that comment. Then B says edit the comment in C5. So C5, we are going to edit the comment, and we're going to change it from that to this. Okay. Then 5.2.2 says select column A and activate the freeze first column function. So select column A, and this would be view, and we just say freeze panes, and we choose freeze first column. We're gonna have to make a print screen of that once we are done. It says 5.2.2b display only columns A, C and D. So right click on column B and we say hide, and now it is hidden. Then they say create a print screen image of the provinces worksheet to show the freeze pane function. Paste the image in the space provided in question 5. Insert your examination number in the header. Okay, so print screen again, go to Word, go to the space provided, paste. We have our answer in there. Then also they ask you to print the spreadsheet showing the comments as displayed in the worksheet without row and column headings. So page layout, row and column headings we switch on here. If you switch on print, it is going to show when we print. If we switch it off, it is not going to show. So file, print. This is without row and column headings. I just want to show you the difference. If I tick that one, file, print, this is with row and column headings. So please don't forget to print that one. Okay, then question 5.3, import the chart on the age worksheet. So that we have a chart here, so we're going to copy it. As soon as I see the word import, I already know that I need to copy, and the space provided in question 5. So now we go to Word, space provided, you just say paste. So we've copied the graph from this spreadsheet to the Word document. 5.4, format the epidemic workshop. We don't have it here. This is another file in your student files folder, so I'm just going to go fetch it. There's the spreadsheet. Okay, so now we can go on. We've opened the workbook. We have to select the chart worksheet. Okay, there it is. There's chart. Protect the chart worksheet with the password ODP Level 4 and confirm the password. So to protect this worksheet, you just right click on the sheet and you say protect sheet, and we have to type in a password ODPL4. You say OK, and you can print screen this because they want proof of this. They're going to ask you for this. The next question says create print screen images of the protect sheet and confirm password dialog boxes with the password. Paste images in the space provided. So we can do both of these on one print screen. So print screen that, go to Word, space provided, paste, And there we go. There's proof of our password protect. I'm gonna say OK because I want to show you what it does. As soon as this worksheet is password protected, if you try and type somewhere, it is going to give you an error message. Okay. Next, 5.4.2 says encrypt the epidemic workbook with the password ODP L44 and confirm it. So we're going to encrypt, so file and protect workbook. You can encrypt it with the password. So it would be ODP L44 and you can print screen that as proof. I am not going to click OK because I don't think it's necessary to really password protect it, because if I need to open the file again, I want to do it as quickly as possible. I just want proof that I can protect my workbook. Go back to Word, put in your print screen image there. This I'm going to put it underneath the previous one that we did. There we go. Okay, and back to Excel. Back to the epidemic worksheet. Okay, now they say delete the curve worksheet. So there is curve, right click on curve and we just say delete. Are you sure you want to delete? And you just click delete. Okay. Then again create a print screen image of the workbook to show the available worksheets in the workbook. So they want to see these two worksheets that are left after we've deleted the curve one. Print screen. Switch back to Microsoft Word, paste your answer, and there we go. As you can see, Excel does not involve a lot of typing. It is just doing small instructions, quick instructions, putting them in the Word document and printing that out. That's it for your Excel question. Question 6, communication. This is your emails question. So this is done in Microsoft Outlook, and then as well as with the previous questions, we would have to open up a Word document as well for the print screens. Just grab it here, question 6. Okay, there is my question 6.1. So from the beginning, go and add in your examination number. Don't forget to do that. Okay, let's get started. Back to Outlook. Okay, first things first. They say 6.1.1 create a contact below using the or in the address book. So you would go to new items and you would say contact and then just start filling in the information that they give you. They ask for the person's name. This would be Colin Kumalo. They ask for the company. Company is You Should Know. Job title. Chairperson. Business address if they have one here. Just want to see, yes, there's the address for the business. Business address. Park Avenue. Johannesburg. That's not one. Okay, email. So there's the email address. Again, there might be a few marks for spelling in this question, so please make sure you type everything exactly as it is in the test. Then we have a web page. We have a business telephone number. Home telephone number. mobile telephone number, and we have a business fax number. Okay, and that's that for the first part of the question. Almost. We need to put in a picture, so just click on the picture there. This is normally where you would choose a photo of the person. So there's chairperson. Choose the picture, puts it in and makes a little business card. And then we have to make a print screen image of this as proof that we filled in everything. So print screen, go back to your Word, click on the space provided, paste to get your print screen in there. Back to Outlook, we can save and close. Now the contact is added to our address book. Next thing we need to do, 6.2, is we need to create an email message. So on the Home tab, new email, and we start filling in our email. So it says as follows: create the signature below. So we have to create a signature. We don't have one yet, so go to signatures, choose signature, and we have to make a new signature. So let's do they give us a name? They say we can use a font of our choice, so I'm just gonna call this question 6.2 so that I know it's a signature for question 6.2. Okay, and we start filling in as they give the information there. Again, check the spelling, make sure you type everything exactly as it is in the test. Although this question does not count a lot, you don't want to lose marks for spelling mistakes. Okay, so they say you can use a font of your choice, so if they say that, please make sure that you make at least one change, whether it is the font or a font size. Just make a change at least. Now they say create a print screen image of the signature dialog box and paste in the space provided question 6. So print screen this, go back to your Word document, paste it in the space provided. There we have proof of our email signature. Okay, back to Outlook, back to the message, just say OK, or save, and then OK, and we have got our signature. So next question, 6.2.2 says create the email message as follows. They give us two email addresses here, staff@youshouldknow.com, and also okay, I just separated the two email addresses with a space. It goes to two people. CC says insert the contact you created in 6.1.1. So we look for the email address that we used in 6.1.1. It was chairperson, and as I start typing it, because it's in my address book, it already starts showing, so I just click on it. Might have to use the same separator to separate the different email addresses there at the top. Okay, we go on with the question. Subject, they give us a subject. Okay, there we go. And then they give us the email message that we have to type in. Again, a lot of the marks for this question would go for spelling. so we just type it exactly like it is there in 6.2.4. 6.2.5 says attach the document advert from the student files folder to this email. So at the top we can say attach file, browse this PC and go to our student files folder again, and we are looking for advert. So insert, and we have attached now the advert file. Then they say insert the signature that we created before. So now we go to signature and we get to choose our signature from the list. We don't need to retype it, it just puts in the signature. Then create a print screen image of this email and paste it in the space provided. So print screen as proof, go back to Word, paste it in the space provided, and then you print this document. This has got all the answers, or your answers, for your communication question. And that's that for the communication question.